Welcome back as we continue our series Core Ad Core, interviewing our seminarians for St. Joseph's Seminary. It's a matter of weeks now before they will begin, and today we have Aaron Huber. Aaron, it's good to have you here.
Good to be here, sister.
Maybe you could just begin by telling us a little bit about where you're from in the diocese.
So I'm kind of on the outskirts near Asheville, closer to Tennessee though, so about 2.5 hours from Charlotte. There are Catholic churches there, great places, but they're few and far between. So my involvement with the diocese was really minimal until really entering high school.
Okay. And you also came to college at the Abbey, right?
I did. I spent the past 2 years here.
Okay. And when did you first consider a possible calling to the priesthood?
Well, besides it being something that had really been on my heart and mind since as long as I can remember, it was really the second half of high school where it kind of just went to the forefront of my mind and it wouldn't leave. So giving it really the chance that it deserved, I really looked into it for that junior year of high school, I believe it was. And then it kind of took a back burner after that. But I do believe junior year of high school is where it really presented itself as an actual possibility.
And when you continued that discernment, at what point did you realize, or did you find out there would be a seminary in our own diocese?
That was something that was actually last minute. Like, I didn't even realize that it was going to be something so perfect as that. And so going to Belmont Abbey, I didn't intend to stay here and go to seminary. I intended to go through all 4 years and really graduate with a degree and continue on with my life. But after seriously considering entering and talking with Father Gober about it, I kind of realized that this was actually happening, the seminary. And so looking back, this past 2 years that I spent at Belmont Abbey actually are transferring, quote unquote, because they're not really leaving,
right,
are going into seminary. So I'm entering seminary as a third-year college student at the Abbey. So believe me, it was not something that I could have planned, or I didn't even realize was going to happen until I was already pretty much in the application process.
How do you think that's going to feel coming back as a seminarian, but also just kind of, the campus, so even with the new guys, you're kind of like, you can help lead the way in terms of being on campus?
So in terms of continuing at Belmont Abbey, I think it's, like I said, it's just perfect. Couldn't have planned it better, because the past 2 years at Belmont Abbey have really helped my formation, because formation is just forming a man, right? To be a good man. And I believe the past 2 years at Belmont Abbey have really done that for me. And so going in to the third year as a seminarian, it's just the next step of formation as a man, which is why I can look back on those 2 years and see that both academically and spiritually have really spent in the same way have been like times at the seminary. So going into Belmont Abbey as a seminarian, it seems like it was inevitable. Like nothing's really going to change because I was doing the same things before. Although now, living with the seminarians and in actual seminary with a strong focus on philosophy and spiritual formation, human formation, I think it's going to really challenge me to take advantage of everything that the Abbey offers, as well as the diocese, and having those two pseudo-parental units to help me grow. And in terms of the brothers, I'm just really happy that I have the opportunity to share my love of the Abbey with them, and that they get to have the 4 years that I did.
No, I think that'll be really good. And you all have already spent a little bit of time together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're starting to form those relationships.
It's been interesting because the times we have been together, it hasn't been long, it hasn't been much time, but instantly we connected, and everyone is different, and everyone contributes in a different way, but it works. And it's because we're not in a circle looking at each other, we're in a line looking forward.
Right.
And that's how friendships form.
Yeah, and community life as well. It's a great blessing and source of strength as we're all fighting the good fight and seeking holiness. Now, I think you have done some work at the seminary itself. How's that been?
Some nice physical
building
labor
your own
there.
home.
Exactly. It's been good. It's been wonderful to have that opportunity, because it is like working at your house, moving furniture, ripping up vinyl, sanding floors, tearing out cabinets, removing doors, anything. But the entire time I was doing that, I was just thinking, in 2 months from now, this is going to be done. There are going to be men here, and this is going to be our house of formation. And the fact that I can put work into it before reaping the benefits has just strengthened that love of the place and really what's going to happen there.
What do you think, how do you think you will be strengthened in your relationship with the diocese by having your initial formation here at home base?
Mm-hmm. So formation, as I see it, which, I mean, like I said, I'm still new at this, it's a shaping into first a good man, which is a universal thing for all men. But specifically in terms of a diocese for a priest, there are specific needs that the diocese needs. And so to be able to experience those firsthand while in seminary, I can really see what is needed and what I think personally I'd be able to give. Mm-hmm. As well as to be able to receive so many benefits from the diocese, living in the diocese, will only encourage me more to give back. I mean, I'm giving my life if I go all the way through, God willing. And to have that extra physical motivation of they've supported me for so long, and I'm going to support them.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, and I assure you of our prayers, and I'm sure everyone who's watching this will now remember to keep you in their prayers as well.
Thank you.